And when it was finished, young Rosie was proud. But Fred slapped his knee and chuckled out loud.
Like this.
Yep. He laughed till he wheezed, his eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who stood there embarrassed, perplexed, and dismayed. She looked at the cheese hat, then looked away. "I love it," Fred hooted. "Oh, truly I do." But Rosie Revere knew that could not be true. She stuck the cheese hat on the back of her shelf, and after that day kept her dreams to herself. Do you think Rosie felt very good about him laughing at her?
No.
No?
Whenever somebody laughs at me like a cowboy, they like it.
So
Yeah. And that's how it went until one autumn day, her oldest relation showed up for a stay. Her great-great-aunt Rose was a true dynamo who worked building airplanes a long time ago. She told Rosie tales of things she had done and goals she had checked off her list one by one. She gave a sad smile as she looked to the sky. "The only thrill left on my list to do is fly. But time never lingers as long as it seems. I'll chalk that one up to an old lady's dreams." What do you think she's going to build next?
Airplane.
An airplane? Any other ideas?
Fat pants.
Put on her.
Cause they're right there.
Her helium pants?
On her so she can fly.
The night as Rosie lay wide-eyed in bed, a daring idea crept into her head. Could she build a gizmo to help her aunt fly? She looked at the cheese hat and said, "No, not I." But questions are tricky and some hold on tight, and this one kept Rosie awake through the night. So when dawn approached, and red stakes lit the sky, young Rosie knew just how to make her aunt fly. She worked and she worked till the day was half gone, then hauled her cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention a test just to see the ridiculous flop it might turn out to be. What do you think it's going to look like?
Airplane.
An airplane?
That looks like a
Fat
shoe.
pants.
It looks like a shoe.
I
She
think
has it
it'll
covered
taste
up.
I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah. Strapped into the cockpit, she flipped on the switch. The Hello Cheese Copter sputtered and twitched. It floated a moment and whirled round and round, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground. How do we learn from our mistakes, though? Do we make it better the next time?
Yeah.
You think she'll get it the next time?
Yeah.
She can make improvements,
She'll
maybe?
make it at the last
Yeah.
age.
Then Rosie heard laughter and turned round to see the old woman laughing and slapping her knee. Not again.
I like this.
She laughed again. She laughed till she wheezed and her eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who thought, "Oh no, never, not ever again will I try to build something to sputter or spin, or build with a lever or switch or a gear, and never will be a great engineer." Do you think she feels very good about everybody laughing about her? I don't think so. She turned round to leave, but then great-great-aunt Rose grabbed hold of young Rosie and pulled her in close, and hugged her and kissed her and started to cry. "You did it! Hooray! This is the perfect first try. This great flop is over. It's time for the next." Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, perplexed. "I failed," said dear Rosie. "It just made out of trash. Didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed." "Yes," said her great aunt. "It crashed, that is true. But first it did just what you needed it to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before that, it flew." She must be really close. "Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Come on, get busy, and on to the next." She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt as it all became clear. Life might have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure can come if you quit. worked till the sun sneaked away to its bed. Aunt Rosie tied her headscarf around Rosie's head. It sent her to sleep with a smile ear to ear, to dream of the bold dreams of a great engineer.
It's a helicopter.
We can do it.
It's a helicopter.
It is a helicopter. At Blue River Creek, all the kids in grade 2